Well, ladies and gentlemen, it certainly is that time nowadays. We get massive polling updates. This only happens once every 4 years going into the summer, and there were some big poll drops yesterday. We've also got the bloodbath situation with that comment and conservatives and liberals going at it. I do think there's a key takeaway from this. It really has nothing to do with the actual comment. Also, we've got Google now deciding to change the definition of bloodbath. They've done this several times, and they've been caught again. It's very sad, but let's look at the polling this coming out. This was actually today. Michigan poll between Trump and Biden. Emerson saying it's tied. I'd say that's a positive for Trump considering the normally overperformance by the Democrats in terms of the polls. A Wisconsin poll comes out from Emerson with Trump up 4. Michigan poll with Trump, Biden, and the entire gang. Kennedy, West, and Stein, Trump +2. And then you had the big Wednesday swath of polling with Trump up by 7 in a hypothetical general election. Obviously, very good news for Trump. Trump continues to lead in Georgia, +4, North Carolina +3, Georgia, when you bring in RFK +5, North Carolina when you bring in RFK +3, Arizona +4, and then when you bring in everyone in Arizona, Trump expands his lead according to polling. So every single swing state is still tilting towards Trump. I don't think anyone is surprised by that. North Carolina, Trump +3, Arizona, Trump +4, Arizona, including everyone, Trump +8. I think I might have gone over that one. Maybe I already went over those, but then Nevada, Trump +2. So there's a new Nevada poll as well. General election poll, Biden +1. That's fine news for Trump because of the polling error we normally see in relation to the general election. Biden's job approval. Normally when it comes to Biden's job approval, I look for anything under 40 as being bad for Biden. There's 138, two others at 43 in terms of approval. Disapproval +20 there in that first poll. And then you've just got the generic congressional vote with the Democrats +1. Another poll was taken by more of a Republican pollster, admittedly. It's got Republicans +6 in terms of that one. But yeah, this is just a good example. I believe this is Michigan, the state of Michigan, which we would consider a pure toss-up. Legitimately every poll, even Quinnipiac, coming out with a poll and admitting that Trump is up in Michigan, which is just huge. Michigan is one of those states, you look at it, very similar. Pennsylvania, Wisconsin. If Trump wins a state like Michigan, I would be shocked based on how the math has changed to where you've got Florida, you've got Ohio already in Republican control. If he can take back Georgia and then take Michigan, that's a death blow for Biden. That's not even considering the idea of Trump winning either or Arizona, Nevada. Right now he looks, I would say, slightly better in Nevada, but the polls are very similar to where Trump's up by 5 or 6 points in each of those states. And then we do have this. This is just betting to look at right now. Trump around a 52% chance to be the president. Biden's at 39% chance. And then the rest, RFK around 3% chance. Republican VP. Yeah, it does look like it's possibly going to be Tim Scott. Mainly, I would say there's speculation surrounding the amount of rallies that Tim Scott has been at with Trump. That's why I'm guessing they're saying it's possibly going to be him. I think the VP is kind of overrated in general. Republican nominee obviously is going to be Trump. And then the popular vote winner, I think there's great value on Trump. I think people are rejecting Biden and that whole clown show of an administration. I know it sounds crazy considering Trump lost the popular vote even to Hillary, but this is a total rejection. We haven't seen approval this low for a single president really in history. So Biden, he can still win the popular vote, obviously, with the California vote, New York. Although New York, he only might win that state by 10 or 11 points. And then, of course, you have the whole Trump bloodbath controversy, which I find very funny, with all the liberal morning talk shows, MSNBC, CNN, clutching their pearls, Donald Trump. I don't even know what the argument was, but there's a bigger picture to this. People are arguing about it, saying it was blown out of proportion. Obviously, conservatives are defending Trump, but I think the bigger picture is really a lot of these liberal mainstream news sites, they've become the boy who cried wolf. I don't think really anyone cares what their opinion is. Like, they can come out and clutch their pearls and say Trump is terrible, look at what he said, but I just think it's been beaten to death so much. Just nobody cares. We know you're a liberal news site. You're going to slant things. You're extremely biased. It goes for Fox News as well, but it's just like, do people really like when people see a headline from CNN and then quoting Trump and clutching their pearls and being like, this is so bad, do people really seriously still believe that outside of far left liberals or even just liberals in general? I'm sure they believe it, right? That's their ideology. I get it. But just a normal American, do people still really look at CNN and view? It feels like Trump completely blew up that entire idea, because when you look back at CNN 2015, 2016, CNN was trying to use the whole thing to where, oh, we're fair, but we're a little bit more left wing just because the right wing is so racist. Like that, we have to be left wing. They were trying to do that whole kind of thing, and Trump completely blew that up. It became obvious they were just so biased against him. Anything he did, they hated and they'd go against it. And now we know CNN is very far to the left, and they've kind of embraced it to a degree, I guess. But it's just so I don't think anyone really believes or cares that CNN or MSNBC thinks, oh my God, Donald Trump said something so bad. It's the boy who cried wolf. We've been fooled by you too many times. No one believes you. It's ridiculous. It's dumb. And then we do have, oh, this is amazing. We've got an illegal migrant influencer. That's a rising job in this country. Amazing. Land of opportunity. You can be an illegal migrant influencer. And this video is just crazy. There is a law that if a house is not inhabited, we can seize it. And it's this dude like trying to pump up all the illegal immigrants, like to say, we got to go into these houses. And, because just how crazy the laws are. And apparently in some cities, if you have squatters, you can't immediately evict them. You have to go to court. And it's like, why is this dude in this? Like, this is ridiculous, man. This is the consequences, unfortunately, to bad policy. This dude should be living in Mexico right now. Why is he in the United States? Because of bad policy, because we have elected poor leaders, and this is the result of it, unfortunately. And that's why independents have come out and said, we're voting for Trump at alarming rates, and that's why we're seeing all these polls heavily sway in Trump's favor. And liberals are kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. If they go hardcore against illegal immigration, they've kind of backed themselves into a corner to where, by their own definition, they would be racist, so they can't do that. They just have to let these people come into the country. It's the most ridiculous thing ever. And Biden was like, this is the weird thing. I don't know what their plan is, because Biden, the administration, admitted and said, yes, we want to continue building Trump's wall, but then they said, no, we're taking materials away from it. I don't know what their position is on illegal immigration. It's the same thing with the Israel-Palestine conflict. Because of their party, it's just so fractured, and you've got so many of those people just spinning in circles. You do have liberals that support Israel, and then you've got the far left people who support Palestine, and Biden's like sending money to both of them. What a mess that is. My God. But yeah, we've got an illegal migrant influencer. I guess, you know what? It is the land of opportunity. He's pumping up people. He's posting on TikTok. Holy smokes, TikToker now advising illegals on how... It's like, this is like a tax accountant. He's advising them on how to take over Americans' homes via progressive squatters' rights laws. Progressive squatters' rights laws. This TikToker boasts that his friends have already taken over 7 homes. Well, I mean, it's fair. We have white privilege. We have to give up our homes that we paid for to illegal minorities. We have the white privilege. We're guilty. It's disgusting. We must, guys, if an illegal comes into your house and you're white, it's only fair. It's only fair. You've got white privilege. You need to give up your house. It makes complete sense. And of course, all of this is complete lunacy, and that's why I showed the polls at the beginning of the video. You wonder, how can Trump, the big bad racist, be winning in every poll in America? Oh, I can't wait until they start really lashing out on America and calling the country racist. That's when I'm really gonna bask in it. That's going to be amazing when they start doing that. You're going to see on CNN, this country... Remember Van Jones when Trump won in 2016? It's the white people are lashing out. They're all racist. We're going to get a part 2 of that probably in November. They start their pearl clutching. The country is just so racist. Well, I got bad news for them. If you think we're racist, you should see how the Japanese people treat minorities in Japan. Because oh my god, if you think Americans are racist, my goodness, wow. It is crazy. But you just wonder, how can Trump be winning? It's not. Well, this is why. We've got a progressive squatters' rights law. Not progressive squatters. Oh my goodness. Either way, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Make sure you follow me on X. Link to that's always in the description.